Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Well, at the outset, the keynote speaker for the day, Professor Dr. Jawahar Nasan, who is from Tamil Nadu, for excellent presentation of the topic. Well, as previous to me, Madam has put forward her opinion about the presentation. I will not get into that, but I would say that he has, to my mind, primarily involved three issues in his presentation. Number one, about the preachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, about equality, about humanity, which has not somehow spread it as widely as probably it should have been. Guru Nanak Dev himself did a lot in spreading his message of equality and humanity. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਉਦਾਸੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, thousands of kilometers he traveled along with Mardana on foot. And he tried to wake up the people who had got used to living in slavery. He propagated the concept of equality and humanity to the people wherever he went. I was the other day reading Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Jeevan Vritant by Professor Saab Singh, who was incidentally my grandfather. And if you calculate, he has himself given that calculation, the amount of distance he traveled and the time he took, if you calculate, it comes to that every 2 or 2.5 miles, he was making a stopover. That means on his way, almost every village was his stop, where he was talking to the people about his preachings. And as the keynote speaker said, we have tried to, keep Guru Granth Sahib and its teachings in a closedly knit circuit. It should have spread it all over the globe in a much, much better way than it has happened. I think he offered his hand, he extended his hand, I am with you. I think there is no question of division of Punjab. We should not talk of that. Madam is leaving, so I'm just saying there is no question of division. He is extending his hand for spreading the preachings of Guru Nanak. I think we should accept it. I would suggest that the literature talking about the preachings of Guru Nanak Dev and Guru Granth Sahib should be published in different languages. To begin with, maybe in Tamil language, with the help of Professor Nasan, and in other languages as well, and spread maybe in small booklets and spread them all over as much as we can. We have been kind of blessed with a new technology courtesy COVID, the Zoom meetings. We have been holding several Zoom meetings here in the past couple of years. And what I have noticed always is, ਉਹੀ same ਬੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ 15-20 ਹਰ ਵਾਰੀ ਹਰ meeting ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. Whereas by Zoom meetings we should hope to be spreading the message to thousands of people, if not hundreds. But we have not been able to succeed in that. Not only we, wherever I have seen the Zoom meetings, it is the same. I think we should probably try to make them more well-attended meetings so that the message is received and adopted and implemented by more number of people. I'll not go more on this. And then the second point Professor Nesson addressed was the language, Punjabi language. Punjabi language always has been having kind of stepmotherly treatment, always. Not only in this Punjab, not only in the post-partition era, I have read the history. I am from Punjab University. I have read the history of Punjab University, and it was happening the same way in pre-partition days as well. Professor Garg will vouch for it. I think, I'll tell you a small example. I also had opportunities to study and work in foreign countries. I spent 5 years in Europe, for example, 2.5 years in Denmark, and then 2.5 years in Germany, in Berlin. In Denmark, which is a small country, the entire teaching, entire education work, right from the nursery class to the top PhD program, is in Danish. And so is the native languages of all European countries. You always learn better and faster in your mother tongue. That's a well-established principle. But we don't have that opportunity here. And that is being deprived gradually to the extent, whatever extent is desired in the minds of in the government. So I think we should try to insist and try our best. We have to keep trying so that we are not losing in the end opportunities to be aware, to learn about and to be aware of our culture, our language, our spiritual books, and so on. In Denmark, as I was referring, every book for every subject is available in their own language. They don't have to, unless they want, they don't have to resort to any other language for studying. And the third point I want to talk, which is, of course, about the main topic, coalition to build democratic India. I may be wrong, but I'm thinking of a resolution that was passed by the then government in the mid-70s, which is popularly referred to as Anandpur Sahib resolution. I think the main point in that resolution was about federal system of governance. And that is something, well, I'm not a student of political science. I have not much knowledge of politics and not much knowledge of constitution as well, but I know that the constitution provides for federal system of governance. And the Anandpur Sahib resolution was saying one of the same thing. But that was not supported by any state in the country. And that recoiled back on Punjab and the then government in terms of several unfavorable vocabulary terms, extremism, terrorism, and so on and so forth. I think if the other states had supported Punjab in that time, things probably would have been different in Punjab as well as in the country. This is my thinking. I'm not really very sure about it, but this is what comes to my mind. Well, I can say much more, but I think I'll stop here and would like to say that for achieving more cordial relationships, more cordial existence between the different communities, different people from different states, and from one state as well, we should try our best to spread the principle, to spread the gospel of Guru Nanak Dev, of equality and humanity. Thank you very much.